Hi, this is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.7. It's an Android-powered LTE tablet for Verizon Wireless. It's available for $6.99 off contract or $4.99 on contract. Okay, let's open up the 7.7's box and see what we've got inside. Naturally, there's the tablet. Lift this out, and a power button on the right hand edge, just like the latest smartphones from Samsung. We'll power it up, set it aside, and take a look at what comes in the box. This appears to be a USB to 30 pin connector, Samsung's proprietary port. You can use that with the included charger. Plugs in there, and of course you need one of the wall adapters for your country, in case, of course, we're in the US, so it's a US adapter. Otherwise, some basic information. Looks like the start guide, and probably just warranty information. Nothing too exciting. Spanish as well, and consumer information. So that's it. So let's quickly check out the hardware. The device weighs about 340 grams, give or take. You can see we've got a nice Samsung Super AMOLED Plus display, so that's 800 pixels by 1280 pixels, and it uses an RGB subpixel array, not a pen tile, so nothing to complain about there. Really bright, sharp, punchy colors. In terms of design of the device, Samsung says it's about 7.95 millimeters. I get about 8.2 with my caliper. As you can see on the left-hand edge here, we've got a SIM card slot for the LTE SIM card. Also micro SD memory card slot, so you can add up to 32 gigs of additional storage. There's a 16 gig built into this device. Up top, we've got the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. You can see it right there. Microphone pinhole as well. On the other edge, on the right-hand edge, we've got the power standby button that I've been using so far. The volume control as well. This is an IR port for using with infrared remote control software that you can use to control your television and other home audio devices. Bottom of the device, dual speaker ports along with the 30-pin connector that I mentioned when taking a look at that cable. The back of the device has a 3.2 megapixel camera, can record 720p video. Of course, there's also a forward-facing 2 megapixel camera as well. Rear cover is not removable, so you can't get at the 5100 milliamp hour battery, but Samsung says that's good for about 10 hours of video viewing or about 50 hours of music listening. Let's see if we can get the device up here. Just swipe to unlock. And there we go, there's the home screen. In terms of processor, we've got a dual-core 1.4 gigahertz processor, 1 gig of RAM, so plenty of application RAM. This is running Android Honeycomb 3.2. Let's go hit the status bar here and go into settings and take a look at the specific version of Honeycomb. Just says 3.2, so no subversion there. Do notice the TouchWiz enhancements, like the shortcuts here. And the nice little animation that shows you that you can scroll back and forth left, right, which is pretty cool. Display brightness, quick access to settings and Wi-Fi as well. You also see Samsung's mini apps down here at the bottom that overlay on top of the display, and you can actually move them around while you're doing other things, which is pretty cool. Along the bottom we have shortcuts for back, home, the task switcher, I don't really have anything going on right now, and screen capture. And now that we've got the screen capture, we can actually annotate it a bit and save it out, mark areas, and probably, let's see, move it to a different area. Let's see if we can figure out how to do something to it. There we go. Naturally, the 7.7 also works in landscape mode, and since that suits the layout of our video better. I'm going to shoot most of the video like this. Let's go through, you can see the home screens. We've got, as you can see across the top, we've got 5 home screens that we can work with. You can tap on them or you can just swipe back and forth. So here's the Social Hub widget. It's pulling in my Twitter and Facebook updates, mostly Twitter as you can see. Over here is the Agenda calendar widget. It's tied into the data coming from my Gmail account, but you can also pull in calendar data from an Exchange account. Launch the calendar just so you can see what it looks like full size. A bunch of different views here. Here's Agenda view. Nice split screen look to it. Week view, day view as well. And you might have already noticed down here in the corner how it's showing that I've got a 4G connection. It's because this is a 4G LTE capable device. And just to show you how it works, we're going to run a quick speed test. You can see the last run I got just shy of 10 megabits per second down. We're in a pretty weak signal area right now, so you'll see even though we're still getting good download speeds, the uploads are going to suffer because of the signal strength going back to the tower. But all in all, this has been outperforming my Motorola Droid Razr Max, which has kind of been the benchmark I've been using for other devices, along with the original Droid Razr. So if you look down in the notification area, you can see that I've got a message that just came in. I can automatically reply to it right from here, just by tapping there, and it'll pull it up in the email client. Allow me to quickly type in a reply. And send it off. And you can still see here in the icon that I have unread messages, so if I were to tap in and just go through the normal way, then you would see all the messages that are in the inbox. So, quick message, and you see we've got a nice split screen mode. If you go to General Preferences, you can change font size, make it a little bit larger. A little bit easier to read, and you can access all the rest of the messages that are in your inbox as well. Got an attachment on this one, so I'm going to pull that down and see if we can load it up in Polaris Office. I'll do register later. And here is the Word document that I attached. Multi-touch zooming, just like we have in the email client itself. You can configure multiple accounts and switch to them and watch a combined view if you like. I only have the one account attached right now because I'm having problems attaching accounts with the test account that Verizon's provided. Also have Gmail access, so let's pull up Gmail. Right now you see it's asking me if I want to connect to Wi-Fi. This is a new thing with Verizon. It always is trying to get you to use Wi-Fi networks instead of the built-in data support for its own network. I'm going to say not now, remind me later, even though I mean not now, don't ever remind me again. And we can take a look at the Gmail inbox. And again, on a 7.7-inch display, default font sizes in Android 3.2 Honeycomb tend to be a little bit small. But you do have the nice split screen view, and take a look at some of the formatting text experiments. No multi-touch zooming. You do get nice message threading though, something you don't get in regular clients. Tap back here to move to the inbox folder view. Priority messaging, everything that Gmail offers is available here. And there's that reply we sent from the AIM account. And if you find that the font size is too small, you can, just like with the other email client, go into Settings and beef it up a bit. Actually, let's make it as big as it goes. And there we have larger size fonts. And of course you can see we also have access to HTML email support. Nice, there we go, larger fonts. As I mentioned previously, the device supports Wi-Fi connections. We'll go into settings here and you can see that we have access to a mobile hotspot for sharing your 4G LTE connection over Wi-Fi. And in terms of Wi-Fi support, it's 802.11abgnn. Go into mobile hotspot and turn that on here. There's also Wi-Fi direct support in the Galaxy Tab 7.7 as well. You can see that right here. This is a game called Dead Space that's included on the Galaxy Tab 7.7. Good 3D graphics. So now I just want to go through some of the mini apps that are available here just so you can see what's going on. Quick look at the mini app for email, so you can reference things there. Task Manager, so you can deal with the applications that are running, close them out. There were 2 active applications running, I just closed them. Pen Memo, simple way to jot down things with your finger. Here's Calendar, quick view of your calendar with the appointments for a given day listed underneath. Music player. Quick way to set some alarms. And a world clock as well. Jump into the music application. This is synced with my Google Music account. So you can see none of these tracks are actually local to the device. They're all coming off of the, if you want to call it the cloud. That's the hot buzzword right now. Very quick to play though, thanks to a speedy connection. I like that Samsung has added a clear all button to its Honeycomb devices. That's something we haven't seen in the original versions of Honeycomb. Makes it a lot easier rather than having to individually clear out potentially 100 different notifications. In addition to the Pen Memo mini app you saw, there's also a text-based memo application that you can just type in. That didn't work too well there. I switched. This is a swipe keyboard though, so sometimes it's just easier to go. You have access to a few different keyboards. If you tap down here you can see there's a Samsung's keyboard. There's also voice input as well, and the standard Android keyboard. But while I prefer swipe in general, I don't think it works all that well in landscape format. If we zoom out though, I can give you a quick look in portrait mode. When you're handling the device like this between your fingers, it works pretty well, as long as you can reach. In terms of customizations to the user interface, you have access to, of course, application shortcuts, widgets. Kind of a pain to have to swipe through all of them like this, but you can get to what you need. Other things here, folders, you can create folders easily as well, and of course there's some wallpapers. Let's maybe pick a live wallpaper. Let's do the Aurora. And we'll set that one. You can see how the live wallpaper very slowly changes in the background. Quick access to the notification for hotspot, so we can turn that off, save some power. And you can see the music player is still running. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the camera application. I'm using the 3 megapixel main camera on the back right now. Just hold down the on-screen shutter button to obtain focus. You also have access to the forward-facing camera as well. So you can see the video camera right up there. We can switch into video mode right easily enough. Of course, we'll probably want to move the camera into landscape mode for video. Notice how we're able to manually focus just by tapping somewhere on the screen, and even though we're pretty close, it does a very good job of focusing while we're recording HD video. Go into settings here and should see that we're on the 720p resolution setting, which we are. Jump into the gallery and zoom in a bit to take a look at the sample. And you can see where I just tapped to focus. And the video really looks fantastic on this 720p capable display. I can't say enough good things about the Super AMOLED Plus display on the 7.7. It's just really sharp, bright, colorful. It really has everything going for it. While we're in here, we can take a look at still photos as well. That was shot with the forward-facing camera. You can see the video camera above it. Overall works pretty well. You might be able to see the faint little dots down here at the bottom. So, when you're using something full screen, the controls down the bottom drop out. You can still see where the places are, so you can see I hit the second one, which was the home screen. So we can take a look at maybe the photo editor here. Grab this photo, zoom in, and maybe we'll just crop it a bit. And then we can save that image out as a separate photo in our gallery. Likewise, there's also a video editor where you can take multiple clips, string them together, and create a new video. Let's see. Well, let's pick none. Drag the video in here and see if I can drag a still as well. Tack that on, and let's play it back. Oh, and it's even got a nice Ken Burns effect on it already. And then you can save this out, of course. So let's take a look at the contents of the main menu before we wrap things up here. See, there's a fair number of Verizon applications pre-installed, as well as just Verizon sponsored apps such as Netflix and Blockbuster and things like that. Easy Navigator is included, but of course you have Google Maps and Google's Maps navigation as well. And for everything else, you have access to the hundreds of thousands of applications available in the Android market. Of course, there aren't really all that many of them that are optimized for tablets at this point. But overall, the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.7 is a very fine addition to the Galaxy Tab family of tablets. Blazing LTE speeds even on pretty weak connections, an absolutely gorgeous display, and an awfully thin form factor that's really hard to complain about. So its price might be a little steep. $6.99 for an unsubsidized off-contract device is a lot of money. $4.99 on contract seems like even more money considering what you have to pay for data on a 24-month contract. But if you're looking for the best thing out there in the 7-inch arena, this is probably it. So for now, I'm Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com. Thanks for watching.